As a group. I'd rather not get there 5 minutes before it starts.
Hey, it's family race day. Hi, welcome to Aegis Runner. I'm Ralph. So we were in Morrow, Ohio in Warren County getting ready to run the Little Miami Scenic Trail half marathon, and I'm here with my two daughters. You might remember Christy, she's the rain girl. She was with me at the Cedar Creek 50K. My other daughter, Stephanie, and our granddaughter, Evelyn, is running. This is your first half marathon, isn't it?
It is.
It's been a while for you, Stephanie, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a couple years.
Yeah. So the forecast is rain. I think, again, I mentioned Christy brings the rain, I think. But, so we may get wet, but we're going to try and finish. 2 goals. Have fun. Hopefully we can do that if it rains, and finish. That's all we care about. Yep. So we're going to walk down the start line. We'll talk to you later.
There we go.
And we're off.
If you've been standing around for a while, this is your warm-up. I don't run a single step till I hit that.
Energy conservation at its best.
Energy conservation, yeah.
All right,
So after running maybe around the town, a couple city blocks, we're now merging on the Little Miami Trail. Down the trail we go. So the forecast today is a 60% chance of rain, mostly after 9 a.m. and it's now about 7:20. So we'll see. It's actually pretty nice out here at the moment. It's in the mid-60s, dry, but very cloudy. So we shall see. So my strategy for this race is basically stay in the aerobic zone, mostly from a tiredness level after the race. In other words, the next few days. We're going away in a couple of days for a very short trip. And if I spend a lot of time in the anaerobic zone, that just makes my tiredness last longer. You know, this is Sunday. Monday would be especially tiring for me if I spend too much time in the anaerobic zone. Zones 4 or 5. And Tuesday, I want to feel pretty good Wednesday when we leave. So as much as I can, I'm going to stay in the aerobic zone. You can see from my watch, I'm up at 146. My 80% max heart rate is around 142. So if I hit 142 or above, I'm up in the anaerobic threshold zone, and I'm not going to get in the max zone, but easily get into the threshold zone. So when I see that, I stop and I walk. So I've walked until my heart rate is down about 134, so I'm back down into the aerobic zone. So we're actually heading west on the trail, kind of southwest. I was hoping we would go east on this course, only because about a month ago, about 2.5 miles from Morrow, there was a Bigfoot sighting, alleged Bigfoot sighting. Happened in the evening near dusk. Mom and her daughter were out walking on the trail, saw what they thought was a hairy, human-like figure crossing the bike trail ahead. I have no idea if it's real. Could easily be a hoax. There's a campground not too far from where this Bigfoot was sighted, but it'd be kind of fun to run that way to see what it looks like. I might do that sometime on my own. So I'm on mile 3. Stephanie and Evelyn are so far ahead of me, I don't even see them. Once we got on the bike trail, they were gone. Stephanie's at least 3 minutes per mile faster than I am. Christy, my other daughter, she's ahead of me. I can barely see her. She's probably 100 yards ahead of me. So I'm the rear man. I'm the tried and true. I'm definitely the tortoise at the moment. Again, my goal is to finish, enjoy the race, and not work too hard. So I'm coming up to the turnaround point for the 10K people. I can no longer see my daughter Christina, so she's far enough ahead of me that I can't see her anymore. So I'm struggling a little bit keeping my heart rate in the aerobic zone, which to me means maybe one of 2 possibilities. One is I'm not fully rested from that 50K, it was just 5 weeks ago. Or the other thing is I need to do another test of my max heart rate. I haven't tested it in 6 months, maybe it's a little higher now. A couple of beats higher might make a difference, because I seem to be running right around the 142, 143 heart rate, which puts me in the anaerobic zone for my max heart rate. So in a couple of weeks after I'm rested from this race, I'm going to do another max heart rate test and just see what that is. So I'm not saying I'm slow, but a guy pushing a double stroller just passed me on the return loop, so I'm slow. So my granddaughter just passed me going back. I was watching for her. I wanted to get a video of her, but I missed it. I was asleep at the wheel, I guess, but she's on her way back. She's leading the 4 of us. She is. She's really hauling.
I thought she was going to hurt herself trying to keep up, and then she passed me.
All right.
Yeah.
She's doing good. Comes Christy. Did you wonder where I was? I said, did you wonder where I was?
A little bit.
Okay, doing good. My Garmin says I've gone 6.9 miles. I'm trying to figure out why haven't we turned around yet, and I forgot. The finish line is well before the start line. We've crossed the start and then ran around a big city block and then got on the trail, the Miami Trail. And the finish line is actually down the trail a little ways. So we're actually going to go beyond 6.5 miles before we turn around. So here is the turnaround. My Garmin says about 6.97 miles, probably 6.98 when we get there. Almost 7. I kept trying to figure why haven't I turned around yet, but I forgot the finish line is well short of the start.
Water and Gatorade.
Water?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So one thing about the Little Miami Trail, there are other trails that actually connect to it. And you see here is a spur. It goes off up to Lebanon, Ohio. And if you take this Little Miami Trail into Xenia, Ohio, there's a whole bunch of hubs there of other trails you can take to go all over the state. You can go up to Dayton, you can continue on the Little Buckeye Trail and all kinds of fun little trails up in Xenia. But Little Miami Trail is just a really great trail to run and bike and hike. This is called the Little Miami Trail because it roughly follows along the Little Miami River. I can see it off to my left here. I can't get a very good shot with my GoPro, it's just too many trees in there, but it goes along the river. It's actually a state park. I don't know if I mentioned that. It's a very linear state park. So it varies anywhere from 8 feet wide to 60 feet wide along its 78 miles, but it's actually a state park. Very interesting fact. Okay, I'm at mile 7.65 and it is now raining. It's not falling on me yet, but I can hear it falling on the trees. Fortunately, the trail is fairly shaded. It's got a lot of tree limbs over it. That'll provide some protection. Hopefully it won't get too wet. But as you can see, I've got another 5 miles to go. Almost 6. Fortunately, it's not raining too hard, but it's sprinkling. As you can see, the trail's wet, but not bad. If it stays like this, it'll be no problem. It rained harder when I did that 50K 5 weeks ago. It's not bad at all. It's actually quite refreshing in a way. So I'm at mile 9 essentially, and it's starting to rain a little bit harder. We'll see how it goes here. So I still got 4 miles to go. Plenty of opportunity for the rain to get even harder. So we'll see how it goes, but not too bad. And raining harder. There is the Little Miami River over there. I don't know if you can see it very well. It's flowing along. Oh, yeah, it's really starting to come down now. Enjoy. It's okay. It's cool. Definitely a harder, steady rain now. I'm sure I'll be pretty well drenched by the time I get done. I'm just about a mile 10. So we're going. Fortunately, we're coming in an area with some tree coverage. Reduce the rain a little bit. It's coming up to mile 10. 3 more miles. So I got this baby done. So definitely got Christy within an eyesight now. She's maybe 20 yards ahead of me. I'll probably catch up with her before the end of the race. We can finish together. That'll be fun. I was going to ask you, are the Bloody Marys here or at the finish line?
They must be at the finish line.
It must be. Is this water?
Yeah,
No, that's Gatorade. I
Gatorade.
want water.
Because if it was,
Is this water?
if it was Bloody Mary,
You would be already in the car going home, right? So we were at mile 13. We just about got this baby done. The rain hasn't stopped since I said it started raining, but it's slowed a little bit and then gotten heavier, but I think we're going to make it. So I'm about 50 feet from the finish line. I grabbed my GoPro, hit the record button, and beep, 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 boom, shuts off. Apparently I didn't have enough battery juice left to record the finish, but I did finish. Here's my finisher medal to prove it. So overall, this was kind of a hard race for me, and Christy felt the same way too. I looked at my my aerobic versus anaerobic state with my heartbeats. You can see I'm showing you an output from my Garmin Connect app. You see about 26% of my time was spent in the anaerobic state. I would have liked it a little lower than that. I found it much more difficult in the first half of the run to keep myself in that aerobic state, versus the second half, whether in the second half I got to a better rhythm, better pace, or whether the rain, which cooled it off a couple degrees, made a difference. It was a little easier in the second half. But overall, Chris and I felt this is kind of hard. This was not our best race by a long shot. So we're speculating, even though we feel recovered from the 50K we did last month, we may not really be recovered, and then just kind of didn't have the energy and reserves to do that. But overall, it was a good race. I enjoyed it. I especially enjoyed being out with my family. My granddaughter Evelyn smoked it. She did the thing in 2 hours and 20 minutes, which may not be overly impressive to you, but she is not a runner. She did not train for this. Now, she is athletic. She does gymnastics and works out at the gym, so she really did an awesome job. And then my older daughter Stephanie finished pretty early also. So it's a great day. I love being out there with my family. Love having that experience and running and just being out there with other people. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this video. I really appreciate you tagging along. If you like this video, please scroll down and hit that like button. And if you're new here, I'd love to have you subscribe. Hit that subscribe button also. Thanks again and happy running.